all members of the community, be it service providers, people from the Department of Education, Department of Health, really looking at ways in which they can work better together and look at some really good local solutions to keeping some of our kids who are most vulnerable in the community safe.
It's really important in the Fraser Coast community that we work together, and it's really important that we listen to all the voices that are speaking about issues that are really important to us, and that is around children, young people and families. They are the cornerstone of our community. What we're doing here around the Child, Youth and Family Alliance is bringing those voices together to actually have a voice for our community and for those that currently feel like they're voiceless.
Being here in Maryborough is so important to us, because what we do know about the work we do is that a lot of the solutions are based within the community and with those people who work in the community services sector, and of course the people that they're working with have so many suggestions about how we should actually build a service system that responds better to people's needs.
Than any other aspect of education, the thing that really achieves outcomes is relationships with students. The thing about that is that you can't really improve relationships with students without taking the whole human into account, and that needs to include culture and family and community and background and all of the things that make that person who they are.
I have a huge interest in social change, in looking at the world from the perspective of people's own lived experience. And so working with people to understand their lived experience, to understand how and what kinds of relations they're embedded in, and how to make life better by understanding what those relationships are. It's always a process of learning. For me, I learn so much from the resilience I see in the communities.
My department has an important role to play in supporting vulnerable children and families right throughout central Queensland. We deliver direct statutory child protection services. We invest in outcomes for vulnerable children with our procurement of and contracting of services through NGOs. And we also have a responsibility to try and work with people like QCOSS and the Commission to build the capacity of our service system to make sure we get better outcomes for those kids and families.
I've always wanted to work to make a difference to children's lives so that they don't have to experience some of the things that I experienced as a child. And I'm very passionate about it, and it's something that has defined me as a woman.
Family life gets really chaotic and issues get really difficult. It's really hard for families to connect in, and that's a really vital role that we can play in connecting them in. But also with our intensive support, we can work long term with families and walk alongside them and really help them to make the changes, to make the connections that they need, and to move forward with a plan of their own, and we can really support them.
When you are helping parents to identify just a little strength or a skill that they are, or just to be with their child in that moment, and to have that parent identify that connection with the child and the child with the parent, and it's just that little beautiful moment is just amazing.
Those ones where you see, like when they're looking at their breastfeeding, or when you see it with infant massage, where they're just that being with the connection in their eye and their face, and they're leaning forward, and you know that for that brief moment they're there together.